Top of morning, laddies. My name is Shaz, and welcome to the What If. Here. What if Deku was Timberwolf from that animated series of the whatever. I could read the title of it. No. Here. Trying to find. It's this one right here. Yeah. So, yeah. I had two options. Going for the What If Moo Moomoo, who Tsunotori was in My Hero Academia, or this. So, I decided to pick this. And don't worry, I'll do the Moo Tsunotori tomorrow. So, yeah. Because these two would be those two, or this one and the next one will be the only ones that will be it for this what if stuff. So, let's begin. And plus, I never made one that's like dark. But it will get lighter when it is. Ready? So let's begin. And I'm also adding Zumi into this what if. So Zuko and Zumi were born. And plus Zuko isn't just a normal timber wolf. He is Infinity Timber Wolf. Basically, yeah, what I mean by that is he's basically a monster. Yeah. So Zuko, who had the powers of infinity and zero, and he did have a quirk. Yeah. So, get ready for it. So, sorry if I went quiet for a little bit. Yeah. So Zuko looks at, So Zuko and Zumi went to the Quark Doctor. Quark Doctor tells Zumi and Zuko that they both have exact same quirks. And, yeah. Basically like twins. Yeah. So, when Zuko, who ends up going to... So, when he told... in this alternate universe thing, he was friends with... Instead of Ochako, it was Rinko. Here, I'm going to save this so that I don't have to go back and forth to try and... So, I'm saying Rinko? Yeah. Was one of his friends. And, yeah. In this alternate timeline. And she's kind of different from the normal timeline thing. Because she likes... I know that in canon she likes creepy or spooky stuff. But she also likes creepy stuff, like she heard there's werewolves, there's vampires, there's endless monsters that she could randomly pick. But she hasn't found one that is equivalent. So, she still hangs out with Zuko, yeah. So now, and Zumi. So after school one day, they were 6 years old, both of them. And, of course, Zuko challenged Zumi to see who would be, or not really challenged, but they basically wanted to see what is shorter, the shortcut or the long way around. So Zuko chose to go a long way around, and Zumi chose the short way. And yeah, Zumi ends up getting ambushed by a sludge villain, like in canon thing. Yeah. So then, yeah, Zuko, well, he ends up getting captured by the only the doctor. Long term. He got captured by the doctor. And Zuko was the one that he was after. So then they put him in the tank, or put Zuko in the tank, and adding quirks. First, they took away his original quirk. But his original quirk wasn't like an average quirk. It was a inner voice. So when the quirk doctor took it away, and plus putting it safe away from... So then Zuko, so the quirk doctor experimented on Zuko, giving him quirks, more of a animal instinct, as Zuko's body starts to evolve into a monster, as his back starts to, he basically grew to a size of as every quirk that they placed into Zuko. And no, it doesn't affect his DNA. And so they place a chip thing inside of his neck. Then even every time he tries to remember who he is, it transforms him into a monster. So yeah. So they basically every time he remembers. So Zuko, whose monstrous instincts, his human self, was no longer. As it also, but the Quark Doctor didn't even realize is because when he was shocked when he did his own, he looked in Zuko's DNA thing, and what he found out that Zuko wasn't born like a normal Quarked user. He was born with powers of infinity and zero. And every quirk the Quark Doctor put into Zuko, who was forging a new quirk inside of Zuko's body. But Zuko, after he wakes up, as he doesn't remember anything. As the Quark Doctor says, good to see you, Infinity Timber, or Wolf. You're powerful. Who are you? I'm the Quark Doctor. It's an honor to meet someone with a more powerful... So, yeah. So Zumi got the good ending, like basically the all for one, or no, not all for one. I meant All Might gave her the one for all. And Zuko got the bad ending. So then the years have passed. Zuko's wolf-like instincts, as he's like basically trying to slaughtering. He tears other Nomus apart, and as he's in his storage like a cage, as he's trying to remember who he is. Yeah. So the couple days have passed. Zumi, Inko, and Sashi were worried that someone kidnapped their son/brother. Mother. So, yeah. So Zuko, yeah. So then the pro heroes, students, or so they go to UA and the and I'm doing a time skip to USJ because this is what their gonna be first reactions are. So the USJ aim happens like normal, like they go in and they they go in and the wrong phases. Not that one. So the villains come through the doors, but instead of the big black Nomu, you know what they brought out? They brought out Zuku, or Infinity Timber. That's what they called him. He had green hair and red eyes and yellow. As the monster Shirakisan commands, or actually, they didn't have the entire army like of villains, but instead they all had was Kirigiri, Shirakisan, and Zuku. Yeah. So Shirakisan commands Timberwolf, or Infinity Timber, to go attack. And so sorry. And then the Eraserhead ends up trying to protect the students. Okay. So So Zuko steps out of the way. Before her. As he's like wondering, or how can this guy, as he's wondering, how can this guy dodge my quirk? He's trying to look at him as, Zuko knocks him out. And then 13. Pro Hero 13. Pro Hero 13. Always. She ends up trying to use her quirk on Zuko. But Zumi noticed, when she did notice, she looks right at him, as she froze, as she tells herself, or she stops 13 from using her quirk, as she tells them that wolf creature is actually my brother. As she knew who it was. It was her own brother. It was her own brother. Everyone was shocked when they heard, even including Bakugo and Todoroki, because they both knew who Zuko was before. And when they saw what Zuko was, as Zuko was about to tear them apart, as something like Zuko's powers of infinity tells him, as Zumi tells him to stop. You remember who I am. You remember who all of us are. As he's about to, as the infinity part of him send a message to Zumi's head, and Bakugo and Todoroki, and it said, and please help me, as he's wants to be saved from, as they see tears coming down his face. As Zumi so then Zuko falls back because time skip. So after the USJ, Zumi is pretty mad. And she was, so Bakugo was always been mad, but mad. And every single one, all of them agree to with Zumi because before Zuko got transformed, they all knew him before. Remember when I say Todoroki, Zumi, and Bakugo? Well, I forgot to mention he knew everybody before they even became classmates of UA. As all of them were shocked when they heard. And so so a time skip to all my, as he really want to be there. And to me, He went home. Yeah, Zumi went home, and she told Inko and or no. So she could not believe after Zumi had told Inko that his or that their or her brother was still alive. As Inko can't believe it. And she could not believe that her own parents, or no, she could not believe that her own son got captured by the villains. And plus when Zumi told Inko that they transformed him into a wolf, like a werewolf, or a timber wolf thing. They were stunned, or she could not believe it. That and so then, yeah. So Zumi ends up, or so time skip to All Might versus All for One, and All for One, or so All Might was down but not out. And yeah, Zuko can't, and so when Inko tells Zumi, or no, not tells Zumi, because she was so sad, then she doesn't want her own daughter to be sacrificing her own life. As All for One's about to shoot a beam of light, but Zuko, whom remembers because of, or actually, he bypassed the remembering because of his power, told him, or commanded him to break free, and as he broke free and stole or took back his original quirk from the quirk doctor, and he ran and in his beast form. And yeah, and All for One was about to shoot a beam of light at, but the Zuko, who wasn't gonna let anyone kill All Might or anyone. So what does Zuko do? He straight up punched All for One right in the face. He's sending him flying backwards. And Zuko, who says with intelligence, and he also says it in low tone too. So he says, "You will not hurt my friends, my family, Avarakan! As he starts charging at All for One with enough force. As All for One starts trying to command the wolf, or the timber wolf, or infinity timber wolf, to heal, and as he's Zuko, who, torn All for One to pieces, literally. He went so fast that it looked like it was that one scene from the Flash one. Like Justice League, Unlimited, Flash. Like, that part where he... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's the one... Yeah, this one. Where he starts... Yeah, he went faster and faster. And he's tearing All for One. And... Yeah. So, Zuko and All for One dies that fateful day. And, yeah. An honor of waffles. No, that's good. How long has this video been? Let's shit. So, yeah. So, Zuko, and before we go on, reason why I'm making a full movie instead of, like, parts, because I don't feel like doing it in parts. So that's why. If you don't like it, that's okay. So, yeah. So Zuko, let's jump back into it. So, Zuko killed All for One. And as he stands up, tall. Oh, like he was of course, literally a timber wolf art. And as he looks over, he converted back into his human form. And when they saw, like, how buffed Zuko was, they basically, and plus one of the quirks that what Timberwolf or Infinity, or no, what Zuko had, the one that, like, was when he took, or when he ripped All for One to parts, one of the quirks was actually Wild Cat's Yellow's quirk. Basically, what I mean is MHA, Wild, and Yellow, hers quirk. Yeah. So basically, she ends up yeah, her quirk was on him, or like was inside of him, but he doesn't need it to as the Zuku's was tall. Here. So Zuku. I have a picture of him already in trying to remember where he was at. I know it's poor planning, but that's okay. So yeah, Zuko was that. Then, yeah, when he shows his, like, because he had some pants on, or like torn pants. And when he looks over, or as he walks up to Yellow's his unconscious body. Yeah, so well, nope, that's what I wanted. Hello, there you go, and it was because yeah, so Zuko was still. He looks at his own. Yeah, here it is. So she basically looks at Zuko's human form as he says to her, "You don't need to be quirkless." As he gives her back her quirk. So she's, and now home, please rest. I'll deal with anyone else. As he looks at the villains, as they all got captured. All for one got torn apart, and yeah. And Zuko walks up to, because let's say Recovery Girl was there, or not there, but Zuko walks up to All Might. As he sees All Might, tells him that as he doesn't need to think, as he says, as Wildcat Red, she senses that they have to remove the chip thing from Zuko's neck. So, yeah. So what does Zuko do? They allowed him to remove it. As it was pretty painful for him to, or have them remove it. And slowly, because yeah. So, yeah, Zuko was. They also did remove the quirks that weren't supposed to be in Zuko or in a human body. So, yeah. But they didn't know, or actually, Zuko says, as he murmurs, because they put him under a lot of, like, they really tried to put him under. Yeah. So, yeah, basically. How long has this video been? Let's see. Okay, 41 minutes. Okay, so Zuko ends up, basically tilts his head back. Or actually, he rotates, or he telepathically tells them, thank you. As they said, you're welcome. As Zumi walks up, or not Zumi, Inko walks up. She's afraid. Or, oh, wait, hold on. Beep, beep. Banana. So, yeah. Rain. So she wants him because she's been to since after she heard that her son got kidnapped, and now she's back to her. She got back. She hugs her own son after he healed up from it. So when he is trying to remember, or he does remember because Zero took away his memories before and now gave him back his memories. As the detective asked him what happened, or like they thought he was gonna go to jail thing. But then detective tells Zuko that he'll not be allowed into UA. As Zuko says, as as his body starts to flare up, as he says, as Zumi, or as Inko could tell that Zuko is no longer going to be a hero. So, Zuko was like, alright, if I'm not going to be a hero, my sister can become a hero. I'm okay with that. As Zuko walks away with Zumi, or with Inko Sashi, because is so, and he wants to. So Inko asks, this is what Inko asked her son. What did the villains do? They turned me into that werewolf guy. Him. And I'm really, really annoyed. But I knew who it was to actually blame. Ezuku, I'll be right back. As he steps out, as he transforms his own body into a wolf or werewolf again, like Timberwolf. And he ran right for the villains' base, where the Quirk Doctor was at. As he walks in, as the Quirk Doctor says, you're finally back. Because you were... Or, Zuko did leave his actual quirk in his bedroom, so yeah. So then Zuko ended up saying, yeah, you're the one that I'm gonna kill. As Zuko runs, the only people that will be killed would be you. As Zuko breaks the door down. As Zuko looks at him with vicious eyes. As the Quirk Doctor is freaking out. Yeah. So, as the Quirk Doctor is super scared out of his mind. He never expected someone to have this much power. Or as he grabs the Quirk Doctor by the throat. As he says, you will not experiment on these children anymore. No one had to go through that. And Zuko, yeah. And something in the back of Zuko's mind tells him, go ahead. I'll take him to the underworld for you. As Zuko stabs all for one. Zuko stabs the Quirk Doctor, removing his immortality. As Zuko, as they see, or he sees, and so the Quirk Doctor dies. And yeah, he turns around. He sees scared children. I just want my mommy, as one of them says. As Zuko transforms back into a human. You're safe. Young ones. I won't let that scary man and harm you anymore. So then they So he basically got every kid. There was about like 1.9 bazillion of them, but Zuko got them all out of there before her and the yeah. So Zuko turns them into the authority thing, or into caring of the that's not owned by the Quark Doctor or any villains. So Zuko was, yeah, was basically the kids see him as a hero, her own, not a like, not a villain or a bad guy. But they see him as a person. And so yeah. So then So then Rinko, or when Rinko heard that Zuko is still not joining in the Quark Doctor, or no, the UA, because, yeah, he basically, or Rinko ends up walking over to Zuko, as he still hangs out with the children that he saved, as she walks up to him and kissed him right on the cheek. And she finally makes up her mind. She doesn't need a normal werewolf thing. She needed was a, like, Max. Or like a infinity wolf kind. So both of them start dating each other's. Yeah. And Zuko was pretty nice about it. So, but it wasn't allowed in the Class 1A, or no, in UA. Because the reason why is because they thought, or because they killed, or no, because he killed a symbol of evil. Oh. And, of course, the citizens want to know whom. So when the news company went up and asked him, why didn't you join UA? Because with your powers, because he says, because Zuko, or because I know that I wasn't in a right mind thing. But I still took control of my own body. It was out of anger that killed all for one. And, yeah. As Zuko looks away, he's telling the truth before. So now, when being the hero, as he looks away, he does want to be a hero, but after they shot his dream down, he became the werewolf man or infinity wolf. The eventually, like, he does the underground work, like behind the scenes, as he's, yeah. He did capture all the villains. The crime rate, because he did all the groundwork by himself. Everybody was, like, all the villains were scared of him. As the villains, like one of the villains that was in prison, one of the pro heroes was like trying to intimidate him. As a villain, says, "You think you scare me? I think that Infinity Wolf scares me more than you guys, so you're not gonna get any answers from me or any of us." And when they invited Deku in to try to intimidate them, as they're like, "Okay, we're talking," as they wrote down everything. And yeah, the crime rate went down to 0. Yeah. When Zuko or Infinity Wolf, Infinity Tim, or Infinity Wolf, I'll just say that, instead of Timber Wolf, it was Infinity Timber Wolf. So, yeah, they start, like, everybody's like, when, yeah. So then, how does he do that? As most people are like, most pro heroes are like, man, at this rate, us pro heroes would probably be a laughing stock. If this keeps up. So then, yeah. So, and the day came of finally Rinko, she finally got, got married to Zuko, and yeah, and they sure had a lot of twins, or a lot of kids. 4 of them, triplets. Yeah, trio. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I was gonna do the beginning part of this video, or of this movie, of doing, like, the monster part. Like, I feel like a monster, kind. But that's copyright, so I'm not gonna go down that road. So yeah, this is the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all that fun stuff. And yeah, tomorrow will be What If Moo, not Momo, Moo, Moomoo, was in here. Just to be Moomoo. Who? Moo who?
Moo moo.
I forget the is the brother of her. Yeah. She basically, if you guys want me to do it, I'll just ask for one like. And please hit the subscribe button and turn on that little bell before. Yeah, so peace out, y'all. Peace.